There's something deeply unsettling about a man who could lead a seemingly ordinary life. Someone who smiled at neighbors, took his grandkids to Disneyland, sat at the dinner table laughing with family, all while carrying a secret so horrifying it could shake anyone to the core. José Manuel Martínez was that man. To the people around him, he was just José, quiet, polite, a hard worker. But beneath the calm, friendly exterior was one of the most prolific contract killers America has ever seen. Born in Fresno, California in 1962, José grew up straddling two worlds, one foot in the US, the other in Mexico. He learned early how to survive, how to adapt, and how to keep quiet. He knew the smell of orange groves in the Central Valley. He also knew the iron grip of cartels, how power was built on blood, and how silence was more valuable than gold. It all started when his sister was raped and murdered. The justice system failed, and that's when José decided to become the law. He hunted down the three men he believed responsible and killed them. That moment was his transformation from grieving brother to executioner. That's when the killing became easy. And it never really stopped. For decades, José lived a double life. He worked in agriculture, he raised a family, but he also traveled the country, executing people with terrifying precision. His employers, the Mexican drug cartels. His nickname, El Mano Negra, the Black Hand, a name whispered in fear. José said he killed 36 people.
Could you tell us how many people you killed?
About 36 people.
But police believe the number could be double that, maybe more. Some victims were shot in the head, execution style. Others were tortured. One man was tied up and suffocated with a plastic bag. Another was dragged into a remote field, beaten senseless, then shot and left to rot in the sun. He wasn't sloppy. He didn't take souvenirs or brag about his crimes. He was a ghost. He'd land in a state, take care of business, then head home like nothing happened. To his children, he was the dad who made pancakes and fixed bikes.
I would do anything for my family. I mean, anything in my life. Whatever they want, I give them, okay? When I met my granddaughter, my daughter told me, "Father, today is her birthday." I got her, I took her to Toys R Us, okay? Where a kid can be a kid. I told her, "Babe, because I love you with all my heart, me and you, we're gonna walk in the store, and for 1 hour, you can pick whatever you want, okay? And I'm gonna buy it from you." And she said, "Really, Grandpa?" They put avocado on my face because they say so I can look young. I told her, "Can you do me a favor? Can you go and find some tortillas so I can get some guacamole?" I used to pick her from school. I used to play soccer with her. She told me, "Grandpa, how much you love me?" I said, "Babe, I give my life for you."
To the cartels, he was a trusted assassin.
They told me that you're a Missouri worker, and I want you to come so you can give me an estimate price in my house. They got in, I locked the door. When I turned out, I had my guns out. I hit the floor. And this is good one, I tell you. "You stole 10 kilos from cocaine from me." He said, "No, it wasn't me." "You're lying. 3 days ago, you went in the insurance office. I was across the street looking at you. Yesterday, you went off Office Depot. It was you, your wife, your little girl, and a little boy. Today, at 5 o'clock in the morning, you came out of your house. Your wife was alone in your house. if you don't get my money in 30 minutes, I'm gonna call my friend that is outside your house and he's gonna shoot your family.
You got your money?
I got my money, okay. But another guy told me, kill him. I told him, because you're not my boss, or I don't even know you, I'm gonna charge you $10,000 for each one. Okay, I don't care, I pay.
In 2013, his carefully built world began to collapse. Jose was arrested in Arizona after the murder of Jose Ruiz, a man who reportedly insulted Martinez's daughter. That killing wasn't cartel related. That one was personal. When he was brought in, investigators didn't expect what happened next. He confessed, not just to one murder, but to dozens.
I had 2 guns. You get on the floor, you hide it for me. So now you get on the floor, and I tie you up.
He talked calmly, like he was discussing chores. He listed names, dates, cities. Cold cases were suddenly brought back to life.
Because I want to make sure that these are the people that we're talking about, okay?
Okay. Well, I recognize the truck.
Do you recognize the truck? Everything you recognize, I'll get you to sign.
And the detectives just sat there, stunned.
He was a friend of one of my brothers-in-law. And I told him, man, whenever you come to my house, don't park your truck on my driveway. You can come as many times you want, but park on the street. 2 weeks later, he parked his stupid truck on my driveway. The third time, this happens about 6 or 7 o'clock in the morning. I told him, man, can you give me a ride to the store? He said, sure, okay. Then, can I drive your truck? I like your truck. He said, yeah, go ahead. I told him, didn't I tell you not to park in my driveway? And he said he didn't listen to nobody except his mother. Okay. I took my gun and shot him so he can listen to me next time. Okay. I went and threw his body in the oranges, okay?
What's terrifying is how emotionless he was. No regret, no sorrow. He said things like he didn't see it coming or I made it quick, as if these were routine errands.
I know I'm going to get electric chair everywhere if I die tomorrow.
As his trials began, the sheer horror of his crimes began to surface. One man was shot while pleading for his life, kneeling in the dirt. Another victim was ambushed in his car, windows blown out, his body riddled with bullets. There was no pattern, only cold, efficient death. But even then, Jose's family stood by him. His daughter wept on the stand, saying he was the best father anyone could ask for.
It was a lot of molestation on myself and my sisters. I tried to kill myself when all this was going on.
He stopped the molestation?
He did, because he was always our protector.
They didn't want to believe it, couldn't believe it, that the same man who held their hand was the same one who put a gun to a stranger's head. In Alabama, he got 50 years. In California, life without parole. In Florida, he faced the death penalty. He avoided it, but barely. Each court appearance brought more victims, more families, more heartbreak. What chills you isn't just the body count, it's how he lived among us. A father, a neighbor, a killer. Even after sentencing, Jose kept talking. He gave interviews. He talked in the third person like he was separating himself from the evil. He described murders like stories, calmly recounting how he'd follow targets, strike when they were alone, and vanish before anyone knew he was there. He said he killed only bad people, that it was always business. But that's a lie we tell to sleep better. The truth is, José Manuel Martínez was a man who killed easily and often, who smiled while hiding his monstrosity, who blended into everyday life while committing acts most of us can't even imagine. Today, he's still alive, locked away behind concrete walls, serving multiple life sentences. He's no longer a shadow, no longer a ghost. But his story reminds us that real monsters don't always wear masks. Sometimes they wear smiles, sometimes they hold your hand, and sometimes they're standing right beside you, pretending to be just like everyone else.
Do you think you would have retired?
No. Okay. Once a thief, always a thief. You say once a gangster, always a gangster. Once a killer, always a killer.
You think?
See.